What's up guys, Frank here from the Gear Couch, and if you want to find out more about the AMP1 Iridium Edition from BluGuitar, stay with me. Alright, so that's how the AMP1 Iridium Edition sounds within a recorded song. The only thing that happened to this recording was a little bit of compression on the master and then a little bit of EQ on the bass so that it doesn't start fighting with the guitars. But the guitars, the AMP1 is completely unprocessed, so that's how it sounds. There is a little bit of a story with the AMP1 and myself. That's why I've titled the video demo and not review, because it wouldn't be an honest review since I was partially involved in the development of the amplifier. The story is that back in September of last year I had just released an album which you can listen to on this very same channel if you want to. And Thomas, the guy behind BluGuitar, reached out to me because he was interested in how I accomplished some of the heavy sounds with the very first edition of the AMP1 that I still had back then. So one phone call led to another, led to a meeting, led to me receiving a prototype and testing it out. And I have to say I'm super proud with how it sounds. I'm obviously not the only one who was involved. A couple of other guys all across the globe have been involved as well, testing it, giving feedback. But yeah, I think the final product really speaks for itself. The concept of the Iridium Edition is pretty straightforward. It uses the small form factor that the AMP1 platform is. So it's super light, it weighs 2 pounds. It definitely fits into your guitar gig bag. It has 4 different channels, so a wide palette of sounds, and is specifically designed for the modern metal player that wants this like tight low end sound, which you normally would create by using any kind of amplifier at a high gain setting, and then using some kind of pedal like a tube screamer or any kind of tube screamer like pedal to kind of get that tight low end to clean up everything that happens down there, especially when you're using a lower tuned guitar. So let's dive into some of the sounds of the AMP1 Iridium Edition. My signal chain is pretty simple. I'm using the recording output of the AMP1 with the speaker simulation deactivated, and then going straight into a 2 notes Cap M, the newest speaker simulation for pedal boards by 2 notes. Enjoy! So, these were a few of the sounds that the AMP1 Iridium Edition is able to produce with the setup that I have here, with the guitar that I have, with the way that I play. It's obviously going to sound different if one of you guys plays it or somebody else. You can use the AMP1 Iridium Edition in any kind of setup, really. It doesn't matter if you want to play through a cabinet because this thing has enough power to compete in any kind of band context. No problems here. You can also use the recording output if you want to play straight into the mixing desk or your audio interface. Well, nothing's too crazy. However, the whole point, obviously, the whole concept is that you should be able to travel as light as possible with a real amplifier. Well, just to give you an example, my current pedal board looks like this. It's pretty simple. It's the AMP1. It's a speaker simulation that I've come to like from 2 notes and that I prefer over the built-in one because it simply has more tonal options, a delay and a tuner. That's it. I guess this whole thing weighs maybe 5 kilos, maybe. And due to the AMP1, I'm not forced to use any kind of other pedals. So I'm confident that if I travel the world in planes, it shouldn't be an issue to take this within your carry-on. If you want to find out more and more details about the AMP1 Iridium Edition, then you can check the 2 videos that I've linked in the description below. I've done them together with BluGuitar so that you could get some insight in how the amp works, what the technical possibilities are. There are also a couple of other videos that came out recently. Ola England has done a great video. John Brown has done a pretty in-depth video, pretty long, I think like 30 minutes or something. So that should give you lots of insight. And like always, if you like that video and you'd like to see more, then simply subscribe and hit the little bell icon so that I can reach you via email if I have a new video coming out. And obviously for any questions that you might have that I can answer you, just leave a comment below, give me thumbs up and give me all that you have. And until the next video, see ya!